Hello everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I'm back with another video for you guys today. Today we're going to do a little bit of spooky, not so spooky Halloween decor. I don't decorate with spooky, but my daughter loves it, so I'm making some pieces for her, and I might keep one of them. We'll see how it goes, but I have three to show you, so let's just jump right in. I have these spiders, and I'm going to use one of the purple ones, and I got those from Dollar Tree. I have a 14-inch wreath form from Dollar Tree. Some of the spooky cloth, or creepy cloth I think it's called, that's from Dollar Tree. Some jute twine, 2 zip ties. I've got some gray and black leaves. I've had those in my stash forever. And then I have a purple and black flower left over from a DIY I did on another video that came from Dollar Tree. I have some cardboard, of course, and ribbon of choice. My ribbon comes from everywhere. It comes from Dollar Tree, Joann's, Walmart, everywhere. And then I'll be using the Hello Hobby black paint. So I'm just going to start out by sketching out a cat. And I usually just get on my phone, pull something up, and I just draw it from that. I went back over it in the black marker so you guys could actually see the silhouette of the cat. And I'm just going to cut it out using my X-Acto knife, and then I will finish it up with scissors just to make my edges clean. And I painted it in the black Hello Hobby paint, and I even painted the edging of it because you're going to be able to see it. So I just wanted it to be all black. I didn't worry about painting the bottom because you're not going to see that. So I'm just going to set that aside, and we're going to start working on the Dollar Tree metal wreath form. Again, it is 14 inches. It has six sections, and we are going to cut 2 of those sections out. Set that to the side for something else. And now this is going to give us our crescent moon shape. We are making a moon cat wreath. I've seen these on YouTube, and I wanted to try one for myself. So all I'm going to do is take my zip tie and already start the process of making the loop of that zip tie. Then I'm just going to slide it over the end of that metal wreath form and pull it very tight to get it closed off. I'm going to cut off the part that I don't need, and then to smooth this out so that you don't have those sharp wires sticking out, I'm going to wrap it in jute twine. And if there's any little bit sticking out after that, I'll just cut it off. And that gives us a nice crescent moon shape. And I'm pulling that jute twine really tight just to help keep the shape of this crescent. I'm just going to cut off what I don't need, tie it in a knot, like 2-3 times, and then cut the tails off. And now we have our shape. Now I'm going to take my creepy cloth, and I'm just going to wrap it around the crescent moon. If you use it sparingly, if you're careful and you spread it out, then you can use one package to cover this entire crescent moon. So I open it up completely, and then I just overlap it when I tie it, or when I apply it. Oh my goodness. And then I'm just going to tuck it down inside the other cloth, add a dab of hot glue, and make sure you got finger protectors on. I'm just going to press that down, and that part is done. And as you can see, I made sure that I ended on the back side of the crescent. Whatever side I ended up gluing down the end piece of that creepy cloth is the side that is now the back, because that glue might show through. And so I just turned it over. I'm going to take my cat silhouette, and I am going to wire it to the wreath form using some 24 gauge wire from Dollar Tree. And then because it's leaned back and I didn't want it to, I wanted to sit forward and straight, I added a tumbling tower block to the back of it, hot glued it down to the wreath as well, and pushed it forward, and that held it perfectly. So I'd like to take this time to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. You guys are amazing. I'm blessed and happy to have you here. And thank you so much to all of my old subscribers that have been with me, that continue to stick with me, that ride with me. You guys, thank you. Love you so, so much. And I'm blessed and happy to have you as well. To my new subscribers, don't forget to hit that not the subscribe button, the notification bell, so that you're notified every time a new video goes up. So now I'm just going to take my leaves and my flower, and I just had the one flower, so I just put it in the middle. And I'm just going to start placing them where I want them. And I always do this first before I commit to hot gluing anything down, just in case I don't like the placement. I can move it around. Just going to tuck in that little bit of branch there. I thought that would be nice. I wish I had two pieces, but I'm going to use what I have. And I added some wire, like I told you I would, to the bottom of the cat. And I'm going to wire it to the moon, and then I'm going to hot glue it as well using a tumbling tower block. Now that I like where placement is, I'm going to start gluing everything down. This was quick and easy, and it's a little spooky, but it's not like really spooky. I think it's elegant, cute, spooky. So I really like this one, and it is my favorite of the three that I'm bringing you today. You guys, comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite. I know not a lot of people get into spooky Halloween, so I don't either, actually. So I try to keep it nice and light, fun, festive, and then lean more towards the fall stuff as well. But again, my daughter loves spooky, so I'm going to make a few things for her. This is my favorite, but I am not keeping it. I'm going to give it to her. She'll be home next month. So now that I have my cat secured, I just took all of my different pieces of ribbon and I made my bow, and I set that to the side. And here you can see me adding the tumbling tower block to the back of the cat and the moon. And that just helps the cat sit forward and straight instead of leaning back. And here's the bow that I've made. I'm just going to fluff it out, and then I will secure it to the greenery on here. I'm just going to tuck it under that flower because I think it looks best there, and add some hot glue to the back. This one I didn't even make a jute cord hanger because of the creepy cloth. You can just hang it from that if you have a hook. I mean, it just works. So that's how I was able to hang mine up. I did not make a hanger for it. This one is done. Oh, not quite. I forgot. I did add that spider. So I'm just going to take a pipe cleaner, a black pipe cleaner, and I'm not even going to glue this onto the crescent moon. I'm going to add a dab of glue to the spider, attach the spider to the pipe cleaner, take a little piece of fabric just to make sure it stays in place, press that down onto the pipe cleaner. And then I'm just going to take the pipe cleaner and twist it around the top of that crescent, and that's it. No glue needed to attach the spider. This was done and ready to be displayed, and I think it's cute. I did go back and add just a little piece of mesh to the cat's neck in purple because I felt like it needed just a little bit more color. So I just gave the cat a bow at the back of the neck to pull in that purple spider and that one little lonely purple and black flower. Okay, you guys, we are moving on to DIY number 2. I have some wood dowels. We'll be using 3 of those, and I got those from Walmart. I have some raffia, scraps of ribbon, jute cord, Waverly antique wax, the same black paint I just used, apple barrel and elephant, and I have one of these wood scroll looking blanks, and I picked these up from Joann's. They were 97 cents on clearance, and I got quite a few of them. So I'm just going to paint it in the apple barrel elephant paint. And this one is cute, and it's not spooky at all. we're just going to make some broom parking. And this is just going to be a little sign that you can hang up. So I took my wood dowels and I stained them using the Waverly Antique Wax. And then I'm going to take this bundle of raffia. And since it's already bundled up nicely, I'm just going to stick the wood dowel in the center of my raffia. And then I'm going to take the jute cord, wrap it around the top of that raffia to secure it to the wood dowel. And I'm going to do this tight. I want this to stay together. You could add some glue down in there, but I don't think it needs it. It would just make it messy. So we're just going to wrap it really tight and tie it off. Just trimming it up at the top, and then I will cut it loose at the bottom because it's all looped up. So we want to cut it to make it look more like a broom. And we're going to do 3 of these. I showed you one, and you could do the other 2. And one, I took that black paint and just kept brushing it on until I got the raffia to be black. I wish I had some black raffia, but I don't. So I just did what I could with what I had because I didn't want all the brooms to be the same. You could actually do one in chocolate brown too. And then I'm just taking my ribbon scraps and just tying them on. I'm not even making a bow. I'm just tying them on with a knot. I'm going to set those aside. And now I'm going to take my sign, and I just want to see where the brooms can sit because I want to put some wording on here. So I'm kind of eyeballing it just to give myself an idea of where I can write on this sign. So now I'm going to make some straight lines so I can start writing my words. It's just going to say, park your broom here. So I always go for pencil first when I'm doing hand lettering, and then I will go over it in black marker so that you can see it. Using my faux calligraphy that I love to do to write the word broom, and that just means your downstrokes are thicker than your upstrokes. So I'll go back over the word broom and do that. And now that that's done, I was initially going to just take the brooms and hot glue them down. I was just going to put hot glue on the back of that wood dowel and just glue them down that way. And then I thought, no, because they're probably going to pop off and I don't want them to. So I thought, let's just hang them up. So I took some jute twine and some beads, and I'm going to put a bead at the bottom for the black broom that will hang in the middle, and then a bead on either side at the top for the 2 neutral color brooms. Then I'm going to take some jute twine and tie a knot at the end of it, making a small loop. I'm going to take that loop and hot glue it to the back of the broom at the top. And glue is not enough to hold this, so I'm going to take some jute twine and wrap it around that little handle that we made out of the twine, just to make sure it stays. Just to make sure it stays in place. And that seemed to work really well. Then I'm just going to hang each broom on top of the bead and add a little dab of hot glue. I'll add a jute cord hanger in the back, and this one is really simple and easy and ready to be displayed. And I think it's cute as well. You guys, if you're enjoying this content, and I truly hope you are, don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you're enjoying my content, and they push me out a little bit more, and it truly helps my channel grow. And if you've been watching me and you're on the fence about subscribing, please subscribe. It doesn't cost a cent. Thank you. Moving on to DIY number 3 and the last one of the video, and the one that is the most spooky. And this one cannot stay in my house. It has got to go to my daughter. So I'm just using one of the wood candlesticks from Hobby Lobby. I have a wood spool that was in my stash. I have a black crow. I don't know where that bird came from, but it was in the stash. I have one of the sugar skulls, and I got that from Dollar Tree. And the bones came from Dollar Tree. Still have a few of those leaves left. I will be using some moss, ribbon of choice. I have a little round box lid from Dollar Tree. You get those little round boxes. I'm just using the lid from that. And then I pulled out some little pumpkin embellishments, little wood pumpkins. I have a little round disc, and that little disc came in a pack of like 22 from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby. So I painted the inside rim of my little round box lid just in case you could see that red through it. I didn't paint the bottom, of course, because you see it's all covered with the moss. And I painted, of course, my candlestick black and my wood spool black. And you can see the red around the edge of that box. We're going to fix that in just a minute. So I added one of those little wood discs because the top of the candlestick holder has a big hole in it, and I wanted more surface area for my wood spool to sit. I wanted to be able to add more hot glue, and if you didn't cover the hole, you couldn't add more hot glue. So I hot glued that down, and I painted that disc just on the very edges of it. Don't need to paint the whole thing because you're not going to see it. I have a little wood skewer stick that's cut down to size to fit right inside that skull. I left the pointy side up so that I can stick it through the styrofoam. Now I haven't glued this down yet. I'm just looking at placement, making sure that that dowel fits in there nicely. Now that I have the dowel how I want it, it fit flush to the spool. I'm just going to add some hot glue and attach that to the top of the candlestick. This crow, he worked out perfectly because he had wire in the bottom of his feet. I really don't remember where that bird came from, but I'm using it. And I just stuck the wire down inside the styrofoam, and it worked. I didn't even have to add glue. And I'm just placing my leaves at the bottom just to see where I want them. Howard said that this is creepy too. And he said, I should put it in the garage. He goes, get it out of the house, put it in the garage. I'm like, it's fine. She'll be here and it's definitely going to her. Because again, she likes this stuff. I don't mind it, but I don't want to decorate with it. So I added my bones and I just crossed those on top of my leaves. And I'm going to take one of these wood pumpkins. Actually, I'm going to take 2 of them. And I'm just going to use a marker to fill them in and make them black. And then I will hot glue them to the side of the candlestick. Now, we're going to cover up that red with some ribbon. And because this ribbon that I wanted to use with the skulls on it was way too wide for this box, I just cut it down to size. And I'm just going to hot glue it all the way around. And that's why I didn't bother wasting paint on trying to cover up the red because I knew I was covering it with ribbon and you can't see through this ribbon. So that's all done. My leaves are glued in place. I'm going to glue my crossbones in place. And then I'm going to make a bow. I'll add the bow to the neck or just underneath the jawline of the skull. And this one's going to be done. And I know she'll love it because a couple years ago I made her a black pumpkin with a skeleton hand coming out of it. So this will match that. And that's it. It's all done and ready for her to pick it up and take it home. So this is how this one came out. If you like spooky, this is a cute one to do. I like it because it's all glittery. If you don't like spooky, then use a pumpkin. You don't have to use the skull and the bird. But I know she is going to love it. So that's why I did it. All right, you guys, this is the final reveal of everything I've made for you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me for this video. Again, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share, all of the things. Again, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It is absolutely free, and I would so love to have you here. I hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. I hope that you are crafting and just enjoying the season. I love fall. It's so pretty. Hence the fall wedding. The leaves are going to be changing. It's going to be beautiful. So you guys, that's all I have for you today. Until I see you in my next one, be blessed, stay safe, and craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.